everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Rebel Anime World, and this channel is all about breaking down your favorite anime series with in-depth analysis and breakdowns. Today we're diving into Attack on Titan Season 2, so let's get started. Quick note before we begin. This is a Season 2 breakdown. If you haven't watched Season 1 yet, I've got a complete breakdown of that season linked in the description below. Go watch that first. This video will make way more sense, and you'll avoid spoilers for both seasons. Alright, let's move on. What if I told you that everything you learned in Season 1 was just the surface? That the Titans aren't the real enemy? That humanity's greatest threat has been living among them all along? Season 1 of Attack on Titan introduced us to a world under siege. Season 2 reveals that the siege was always coming from within. In just 12 episodes, half the length of Season 1, this season delivers more emotional devastation, more shocking revelations, and more world-shattering twists than most series manage in their entire run. It takes characters you've grown to love and forces them to make impossible choices. It answers questions you've been asking since Episode 1, then immediately makes you question everything all over again. This isn't just a continuation of the story. It's a complete recontextualization of everything that came before. Today, we're breaking down every major plot point, analyzing the themes that make Season 2 so devastating, examining the character arcs that define this season, and building toward a climax that delivers one of the most iconic moments in anime history. We'll explore the Beast Titan's terrifying intelligence, the betrayal that tore the 104th Training Corps apart, the truth about Eren's powers, and the revelation that changes everything we thought we knew about this world. Season 2 asks the question, when you discover that your friends are your enemies were once your friends, and the truth is more complicated than you ever imagined, what do you fight for? Let's find out. Season 2 picks up mere hours after Season 1's ending. The wall concealing a Titan's face has been covered up. The Scout Regiment is preparing for their next expedition, and everyone is still processing the revelation that the walls themselves are made of Titans. But there's no time to breathe. The Beast Titan. We open with something unprecedented. A Titan covered in fur, standing 17 meters tall with distinctly ape-like features. But here's what makes it truly terrifying. It speaks, not mindless roaring. Clear, articulate human speech. This Titan doesn't just talk. It demonstrates tactical intelligence, curiosity about the ODM gear, and worst of all, it commands other Titans. It directs them like pieces on a chessboard, turning them into an organized military force rather than mindless monsters. The Beast Titan's first appearance is brief, but establishes something crucial. There's an intelligence behind the Titan attacks. Someone with human-level reasoning is orchestrating humanity's destruction. Mike Zacharias. The series immediately establishes the stakes by introducing humanity's second strongest soldier, Mike Zacharias. He's a scout veteran, a survivor of countless expeditions, a man who's faced Titans hundreds of times. The Beast Titan kills him anyway. This isn't just shock value. The series is telling us that the rules have changed. Traditional combat experience, skill, even superhuman talent. None of it matters against this new threat. If Mike can die, anyone can. The Wall Rose Breach. Within hours of the Beast Titan's appearance, disaster strikes closer to home. Titans are discovered inside Wall Rose. Not outside, inside. The implications are staggering. The wall hasn't been breached. There's no hole, no evidence of forced entry. So how did Titans get inside? Have they been there all along? Is there a traitor? Has Wall Rose been compromised for years without anyone knowing? The 104th Corps mobilizes. Our main characters, newly graduated and assigned to various posts, are thrown immediately into crisis response. There's no training montage, no easing into their roles, just immediate deployment against a threat no one understands. The series splits our cast into smaller groups, each facing different challenges. Section 1, Utgard Castle. A mixed group including Rainer, Berthold, Ymir, Krista, Historia, and several others take refuge in the ruins of Utgard Castle. They're low on gas, cut off from support, and surrounded by Titans, including several that can move at night, breaking another fundamental rule. This siege becomes one of Season 2's most tense sequences. We watch trained soldiers slowly run out of options. The castle crumbles around them. Their weapons break. Their gas runs dry. And the Titans just keep coming. What makes this sequence effective is how it strips away every advantage. No walls to hide behind, no supply stations, no reinforcements, just human endurance against overwhelming force. And then Ymir does something nobody expected. She transforms into a Titan. Ymir is a Titan shifter. She's been one this whole time, hiding among humanity, keeping this secret even from those closest to her. Her Titan form is smaller, faster, more agile than Eren's. She fights desperately to protect her comrades, particularly Krista, the person she cares most about, but she's outnumbered and overwhelmed. The group survives only because the Beast Titan calls off the attack at dawn, not because they won, because their enemy chose to let them live. Section 2. Wall Rose. Investigation. Meanwhile, Eren, Mikasa, and the rest of the scout regiment search desperately for the breach point. The mystery deepens with every passing hour. Where did the Titans come from? Why are there no holes in the wall? The investigation leads to Connie Springer's home village of Ragako. Every human is gone. No bodies, no blood, no signs of struggle. Just empty houses and a single immobilized Titan lying on Connie's family home. A Titan that, disturbingly, resembles Connie's mother. Connie tries to speak to it. It can't move, can't attack, but it responds to his voice. It seems to recognize him. The implication, too horrible to fully process in the moment, hangs in the air. What if Titans were once human? Not just Titan shifters like Eren and Ymir, but all Titans. Hang's hypothesis. Scout Commander Hang Zoe begins piecing together the evidence. The Titans appeared inside the wall without breaching it. Connie's village is empty of people, but full of Titans. The Beast Titan can speak and command others. The terrifying conclusion: someone can turn humans into Titans. Ragako's entire population wasn't killed by Titans. They were turned into Titans. Hundreds of people transformed into the very monsters humanity has been fighting for a century. This revelation recontextualizes the entire conflict. Every Titan they've killed, every monster they've slaughtered. How many were once human? How many were victims transformed against their will? The forest encounter. The scattered groups converge in a forest, where we get our first extended look at character dynamics under pressure. Ymir and Krista. Ymir's transformation has exposed her secret, but it also reveals her motivation. Everything she's done, every choice she's made, has been to protect Krista, whose real name, we learn, is Historia Rice. Historia comes from nobility, possibly even royalty, though she's hidden this background. Ymir knows something about Historia's lineage that makes her incredibly valuable and incredibly endangered. Their relationship is one of Season 2's emotional cores. Ymir, cynical and self-serving, finds purpose in protecting someone else. Historia, passive and people-pleasing, begins discovering her own agency. Eren is still mastering his Titan powers. Unlike Ymir, who's had years of practice, or the mysterious enemies who seem perfectly in control, Eren's transformations are unreliable and exhausting. More importantly, Eren grapples with what his power means. He's humanity's hope, but he's also the same type of creature that killed his mother, that's devoured countless people. The psychological weight of being both human and monster is crushing. The forest sequence gives us character moments before everything explodes. Soldiers share food. Friends reconnect. There's even brief humor as they process trauma through jokes and familiar banter. The series understands that you need these quieter moments to make the coming devastation hurt more. We need to care about these people as individuals, not just as plot devices. Then everything falls apart. The identity reveal. This is it. The moment that changed everything. The twist that had been hiding in plain sight since episode 3 of season 1. The group is traveling together, escorting Eren back to the relative safety of the inner walls. They're discussing the mystery of the Titans inside Wall Rose. Rainer Brown and Bertolt Hoover are part of the conversation. And then, casually, as if commenting on the weather, Rainer says to Eren, "I'm the armored Titan, and he's the colossal Titan." At first, Eren thinks it's a joke. The delivery is so matter-of-fact, so bizarrely casual that it can't possibly be real. But Reiner isn't joking. The armored and colossal Titans, the two Titans who breached Walmaria 5 years ago, who killed Eren's mother, who caused the deaths of tens of thousands of people, who've been humanity's greatest enemies, are Reiner and Bertolt. They trained alongside Eren. They fought beside him in trust. They saved each other's lives. Reiner was one of the most reliable soldiers in the 104th Corps. Bertolt was quiet but competent, seemingly loyal, and they've been the enemy the entire time. The confrontation. What follows is one of the most emotionally complex scenes in the series. This isn't a typical villain reveal. Reiner and Bertolt aren't cackling monsters explaining their evil plan. Reiner is having a psychological break. He's lived as a soldier for so long, formed such genuine bonds with his comrades, that he's developed a split personality, one that believes he's a loyal soldier, another that remembers he's an infiltrator. Bertolt is terrified. He doesn't want to fight his friends. He's not confident or cruel. He's a scared young man who's been carrying an unbearable secret, who's genuinely cared about people he's supposed to betray. They ask Eren to come with them, not as a prisoner. They frame it almost as an invitation. They need him. They need his founding Titan power, though they don't explain why. Eren's response is pure rage. These are the people who destroyed his life. He doesn't care about their reasons, their hesitation, their apparent regret. He attacks immediately. The transformation battle. Reiner and Bertolt transform. The colossal Titan's transformation creates a massive explosion, just like a Trost and Walmaria. The armored Titan is exactly what the name implies, a 15-meter Titan covered in hardened armor plates. Eren transforms to fight them. Mikasa and the scouts engage with their ODM gear. This battle is different from previous fights. It's personal. These aren't mindless monsters. They're people Eren knew, people who shared meals with him, people who he thought were friends. Reiner's Titan form is a tank. The armor makes him nearly invulnerable to conventional attacks. Blades shatter against his plating. The nape of his neck, the universal Titan weak point, is completely protected. Eren fights with fury, but ineffectively. Punches that would shatter a normal Titan barely faze Reiner. The armored Titan counters with martial arts techniques, organized, disciplined fighting styles that prove Reiner has been trained specifically for combat. Mikasa attacks with everything she has. Her skill with the ODM gear is unmatched, but even she can't penetrate the armor. She targets joints, eyes, any potential weakness. The battle is desperate and chaotic. The scouts are outmatched. They're fighting two of the three Titans that have caused all of humanity's suffering. Through tactics and superior experience, Reiner and Bertolt achieve their objective. Reiner grabs Eren. Bertolt captures Ymir. They flee, using the colossal Titan's size and the armored Titan's speed to escape. Eren has been kidnapped by humanity's worst enemies. The rescue operation. Commander Erwin makes an immediate decision. Pursue at all costs. They have a narrow window to rescue Eren before he's taken beyond the walls, beyond any hope of recovery. But they're not just chasing Reiner and Bertolt. They're heading directly toward the Beast Titan's territory, where an army of Titans waits. As they flee, Reiner and Bertolt reveal fragments of their story. They're from outside the walls. There's a whole world beyond Walmaria that's been kept secret. They're warriors, not soldiers, trained from childhood for this mission. They express genuine regret about their actions, but claim they had no choice. They were following orders. They mentioned something about going home, about people waiting for them. Ymir, meanwhile, makes a choice that shocks everyone. She sides with Reiner and Bertolt. Ymir knows something the others don't. She understands that Historia's royal bloodline makes her valuable and endangered. If Historia stays within the walls, powerful forces will use her or eliminate her. Ymir believes going with Reiner and Bertolt, reaching their homeland, offers Historia better protection. It's a calculated betrayal based on incomplete information and desperation. Historia is devastated. Ymir is abandoning their friends, everything they've built, for a plan Historia doesn't understand or agree with. The scout regiment rides through Titan-infested territory. They're not trying to fight every Titan they encounter. They're racing against time. Soldiers die buying seconds for others to advance. Erwin leads from the front, making impossible tactical decisions. Every choice means sacrificing some soldiers to save others. Every moment means balancing immediate survival against the larger objective. This sequence showcases the Scout Regiment at their finest and most desperate. These are humanity's elite soldiers, and they're still barely surviving. The siege begins. The rescue party catches up to Rainer and Bertolt in Titan territory. But it's a trap. The Beast Titan has assembled an army, dozens of Titans, including multiple abnormals, all coordinated and directed. Erwin faces an impossible situation. They're surrounded, outnumbered, with no retreat path. Saving Eren means charging directly into this army. He makes a decision that defines everything about the Scout Regiment. They charge anyway. Erwin orders the majority of the Scout Regiment, including himself, to charge directly at the Beast Titan, while a small team attempts to rescue Eren. It's not a tactical maneuver. It's a suicide mission. Everyone charging knows they're going to die. They're trading their lives for seconds, for the slim chance that Eren can be saved. This sequence is brutal. We watch named characters, people we've known since Season 1, get torn apart by Titans. Commander Erwin himself is nearly killed, losing his arm and collapsing. The man who's led the Scout Regiment for years, who sacrificed thousands in pursuit of truth, almost dies without reaching his enemy. Rainer and Bertolt are exhausted, injured, and cornered. They fought multiple battles, maintained Titan form for extended periods, and they're running on empty. Eren is freed from Rainer's grip. The team tries to escape, but they're still surrounded by Titans. And then something impossible happens. A Titan appears. Not just any Titan, the specific Titan that killed Eren's mother 5 years ago. The one from his nightmares. The one whose smile has haunted him. Hannes, the soldier who saved Eren and Mikasa that day, tries to fight it. He's grown stronger, braver, more skilled. It kills him anyway. In almost the exact same way it killed Karla. Eren breaks, not with rage, with despair. He blames himself. He's humanity's hope. He has Titan powers, and he's still useless. He couldn't save his mother. He can't save Hannes. What's the point of his power if he can't protect anyone? Mikasa tries to comfort him. She thanks him for everything he's been to her, for saving her when they were children, for giving her a reason to fight. It's her goodbye. She expects them both to die in the next few seconds. Eren reaches out, desperate to touch the smiling Titan one last time before it kills them. His hand makes contact with the Titan, and everything changes. Every Titan in the area stops, frozen. Then, as one, they turn toward the smiling Titan. They ignore all other humans. They swarm it, tearing it apart in seconds. Then they turn toward Rainer and Bertolt, forcing them to flee. Eren has done something that shouldn't be possible. He's commanded pure Titans. He's controlled mindless monsters with a thought. This is the coordinate. The founding Titan's power. The ability to control all Titans, to command them telepathically, to override their basic instincts. This is why Rainer and Bertolt wanted Eren. This is why he's valuable. This is the power that could end the war entirely, if wielded properly. But there's a catch. Eren can't replicate it. That single moment of activation came from desperation, from physical contact with a specific Titan, one that, we'll later learn, is actually royal-blooded. The founding Titan's full power requires royal blood to activate. Eren has the Titan, but he can't use it. He's holding a loaded gun with no way to pull the trigger. The battle ends. Eren is rescued. The mission is technically successful. The cost is apocalyptic. Commander Erwin survives, but he's gravely injured and missing an arm. The man who's led humanity's fight for freedom is physically broken. The only reason anyone survived is because Eren awakened a power he can't control or replicate. All answers, Grisha said, are in the basement of their old house in Shiganshina, the place where this all started. The district that's been abandoned and overrun with Titans for 5 years. The Scout Regiment makes a decision. They will reclaim Wal Maria. They will reach Shiganshina. They will get to that basement. Whatever truth is hidden, there is worth any cost to uncover. Season 2 ends not with resolution, but with a framework for understanding. We have more questions than we started with, but now we know what questions to ask. What we've learned. Titans were humans, transformed against their will. There's a civilization beyond the walls that views Paradise Island. Residents as enemies, Rainer, Bertolt, and others are warriors from this outside world. The royal bloodline holds secrets about the founding Titan. Eren has a power he can't fully access without royal blood. The current monarchy is illegitimate. Everything humanity believes about their history is carefully constructed lies. What remains unknown? Why does the outside world want to destroy the people within the walls? What happened to the rest of humanity beyond the walls? How are Titans created? What is Grisha's full story? What's in the basement? Why does the founding Titan require royal blood? What is the true history of the walls? Can humanity survive what's coming? The thematic core. Season 2 transforms Attack on Titan from a survival horror story into something far more complex. A tale about identity, inherited guilt, the cycle of violence, and the way history shapes present conflict. Reiner and Bertolt aren't pure evil. They're child soldiers, indoctrinated and sent on a mission they barely understand, forming genuine bonds with people they're supposed to destroy. They're both perpetrators and victims. Eren isn't a simple hero. He has a power that could end the conflict, but using it might require sacrificing everything he believes in. Historia isn't just a side character. She's the key to multiple mysteries, a person whose bloodline makes her both invaluable and expendable. Thanks for watching this deep dive into Attack on Titan Season 2. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what shocked you most about this season. The truth is coming, and it will change everything. You're still here. Smart. Because Season 3 doesn't just answer your questions, it makes you wish you'd never asked. The monarchy will fall. Allies will become enemies. The basement will be opened. And everything you thought you knew about this world will be revealed as a lie. The truth isn't that Titans exist. The truth is why they exist and who created them. Subscribe now. Hit the notification bell. Because when Season 3 secrets drop, you're going to need someone to help you process it. The ocean is waiting. And beyond it, the real enemy.